Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you what you could expect from Azul Airlines business class on their A330-900 Neo. This is flight AD8705 from Fort Lauderdale to Campinas, Brazil. That's VCP for airline codes. It's about an hour and a half outside of Sao Paulo. Let's take a look at the seat here. This is seat 3K. So what's interesting here now, the odd seats, with the exception of row 1, I believe, are all flushed to the window. Even seats are closer to the aisle if you're traveling solo. So here you have a very large in-flight entertainment screen. Here's the footwell there. It's not the most narrow one, but it is a little narrow, and the seat is a bit tight to get into. But sleeping wise, I got some decent sleep on it. So the tray table is underneath the in-flight entertainment screen, and that just pulls out there, as you see. So you were given a blanket and pillow, just kind of below my, right there below my feet. So here you have a little place you can put something there, a pamphlet. Got some storage space to your left side here that opens up. And here you've got an armrest, a movable armrest. So in the down position, it gives you a bit more room sleeping. There's the seat controls. Here you've got Azul branded headphones and the amenity kit. And you do have some more storage space here. There's the in-flight entertainment remote if you choose to use that. The screen is touch screen, so there you can put something in there. I find myself, if I put something in one of these compartments, I always set an alarm just to make sure I don't forget it, because it's easy to forget there. You got a coat rack up there, and you do have 2 full windows to look out of here. That one's a little harder, but this one's convenient right next to you if you want to take a view out of the plane. Here you've got another armrest on this side as well. And there's the bedding they give you, pillow and blanket, pretty comfortable. And this aircraft does not have individual air vents, so you'll be at the mercy of the crew as far as how comfortable the cabin is on the flight. So here's some power, and that's to your left side there. So the power outlets, as well as the jack for the headphones. So let's take a look at the seat here as far as in the lay flat position. I always like to do this, obviously for you all, so you can have an idea about it, but also to make sure the seat works, because if it doesn't, you're going to need to be moved anyway. So not bad in the lay flat position. I did get a decent amount of sleep in that position. So I'm 5'11", just for reference. So pre-departure beverages were served. Champagne, orange juice, or water were the options, but I'm going to leave you with the takeoff and a screaming kid. Hope you enjoy that, and I'll be back to talk about the rest of the flight. Okay, let's take a look at the laboratory. So we'll get away from the screaming child. And the laboratory, pretty standard laboratory for this A330-900 Neo. Nothing too special, but the floor. And that floor, if that looks familiar, that's the tile that's on in Copacabana in Rio de Janeiro. So that is a nice touch in the bathroom there. So something a little unique about that bathroom. Here's a look at the menu for the night. I did end up going with the grilled filet mignon. The filet mignon was okay. I'll show you the meal in a minute. It was a little tough as far as the meat goes. Wasn't that tender, but overall the meal was decent. Here's the breakfast option and the menu for wines. and champagne as well. So we just had one champagne, which was the one I showed you earlier. For the pre-departure beverage, didn't drink too much. This is about a 7-hour and 20-minute flight, so it's a shorter flight on a red eye down to Campinas. So here's the red wine there, glass of water. So we're served some warm nuts before the appetizer and entree come out. So here is the meal. So there's the salad there with shrimp. Actually, that was very good. Yeah, the salad was good. Here's the filet mignon, kind of with the rice and mushroom and vegetables, which I found the vegetables and rice to be good. Filet mignon was a little tough, and just apple pie there, which that was good. And as far as the meal service goes in the morning, so got some orange juice, got some water that was handed out before people started going to sleep. Fresh fruit was really fresh, and just a piece of ham, turkey, and cheese. And you got bread there, so okay. Yeah, I give it an okay. And some yogurt that was passed out after that if you wanted it. So let's take a look at the Inflight Entertainment screen. And again, with these things, I'll kind of really leave it to you just to kind of watch, to look through it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I just like to show you that option as far as how it works, how you get around it, and so forth, and the options that it has. So I'll be back with my final thoughts after this. Some of my final thoughts on this flight. The seat is probably the strongest part of the flight. The seat 3K, again, the odd row seats with the exception of row 1 are flush to the window, so they give you the most privacy. A very smooth seat function with the one push lay flat. Now some seats I noticed you have to kind of lean back to get the seat to go flat, but this one was very good as far as one push and you can just lay flat and let it go. So these are the exact same seats as on TAP Portugal's A330-900 Neo. So if you're ever flying TAP and you see something that looks familiar, yeah, you'll know that these are the same seats, just in different color schemes. There's no Wi-Fi on the flight, unfortunately, so you won't be able to stay connected. I thought the food was it was mediocre to okay. I mean, overall, yes, you can eat it. It's not inedible, but and at least in my opinion, I thought it was mediocre to okay as far as the food goes. Service-wise, it's a quick service, kind of an express service, because this is a shorter red-eye flight from Fort Lauderdale to Campinas. So that was my experience on Azul flight AD8705 on the A330-900 Neo in business class. Please comment below and let me know your thoughts, or have you taken Azul before? As always, I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this with a friend, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.